This is not an unusual sight. To most, this is just two ladies enjoying each other's company over a cup of coffee. But in actual fact, this is very different, because this is husband and wife.
It certainly adds a sort of different light to relationships, I think. It certainly, I think certainly gives me more sort of insight into sort of Barbara.
Dana is David and he is a crossdresser.
It certainly has been something that's been there for sort of most of my life, I guess. It is certainly addictive. Whether it makes an addiction, I don't know. I certainly wouldn't want to live without it.
Only coming out as Dana on most weekends, David says she has become an important part of his life.
It's one of those things that I think most cross-dressers do at various times. Every now and then you sort of think, that's it, I'm never going to do this again, and you chuck out all the clothes you bought, and then 6 months later you're starting to buy things again. It's just one of those things that you have to do. I don't desperately try to hide it these days, but at the same time I certainly don't go around telling people about it either.
Barbara, David's wife, is one of the few people who know about his other persona.
I don't think it's that much harder than other relationships. I think we get along quite well, the whole three of us.
Despite knowing about his secret life for more than 20 years, she says it is something she's still trying to come to terms with.
She's been there, but she's been in the background for me because I haven't really accepted it. So I'm still getting to know Dana as well as David.
There are others just like David. They form a group known as the Seahorse Society. Running since the 70s, the society holds gatherings and events for crossdressers and their partners all year round, just like this one. Once a secret society, David says it is much more open than it used to be.
You certainly would have been much more wary about going out dressed sort of 40 years ago than you would be now. Not that it's still a particularly well understood or explored area, but obviously sort of followed along a bit on the sort of GLBT sort of coat trails as something that's been a bit more accepted around the place.
However, it is still quite a taboo topic. Generally speaking, the world of clothes, hair and makeup is very much reserved for women. Tanya Moore, owner of an online breast form store and sponsor of the Seahorse Society, says men can get the same look with a variety of products like breast forms and wigs.
Some of them get it right, some of them don't, and when they do get it right, some of them look so classy. And for the women, when they get into their 40s and 50s, their style is absolutely immaculate. They get it down very much pat.
Having years of experience, she says people often get the wrong idea of cross-dressers and transgendered people.
They think they're gay or they think they're perverts. They're not. Most of them are heterosexual males that like the feminine side, they like the curves, the shapes of a woman's body, and they like to dress. And that's it. They're just average, everyday people.
Some surveys have suggested anything up to about 3 to 5% of men will cross-dress either a little bit or a lot during their lifetime.
Christine, a cross-dresser and a mental health professional, says the difference between being transgender and being a cross-dresser is very grey.
It sounds like they're two very separate groups, but in fact they're not. There's a lot of people who would have probably been classified as cross-dressers in their younger years have moved more towards transsexual as they've got older, and there's some, including myself, that sits somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. So it's very much a spectrum, I think, of different types of transgender behaviours. Yeah.
David says while he doesn't quite understand where he fits, he does know he is happy when he is Dana.
Why I started, I have no idea. It's one of those things that what drives you to do it, I really can't explain. There is no, it's just something you feel you've got to do, I guess. And certainly I feel very happy and comfortable when presenting as a woman.
This is a common thread with all Seahorse members who say that they only wish they had accepted themselves earlier in life.
I'm a happy sort of person at any time, but I'm a lot happier and a lot freer mentally than what I ever was.
Just be honest with who you are, with your inner self, be yourself, relax, and if you do that, everything else just happens for you. And it's the best thing in the world.
Laura Judd, Secret Men's Business.